Hey guys, Steve here from Bloom Audio. Between everyone on our team, we've listened to hundreds of earphones and IEMs ranging from skull candies to AirPods, from budget sci-fi favorites like the Blonde BL3 to multi-kilobuck flagships like the Visioneer's Phoenix. And today we're going to ask the question, what are the best IEMs on the market right now? This video is in best starter IEMs, best value IEMs, best IEMs that just came out. This is just what we think are the best IEMs. Some of them are nearly brand new. Others have been out for years and have proven that they were worth all the buzz that they got when they came out. We've got about 10, maybe 11 IEMs total for you. And we're going to break this video into two parts. So today, for the first part, we're going to talk about two categories. Bang for your buck is not like bang for your buck. It's like IEMs around $1,000 that seem like they could be worth a lot more. And that might represent endgame for somebody who's not looking to spend $2,000, $3,000, $4,000. Second category are sort of mid-tier flagship IEMs. These are IEMs that 5 years ago probably would have been a flagship IEM, but the way the market has grown and the way we've had some sort of flagship inflation and new tech, now they're kind of in the middle of the field, but a lot of these IEMs still have characteristics that are very much flagship. Part two is when we're going to cover the absolute pinnacle audio. This is where we're going to talk about the IEMs that we just think are the absolute best out there. Price not being a factor. So be sure to subscribe to our channel so you can come back when we have part two ready for you. First up, we have the Kinera Nanna. Now, this is particularly the Nanna 2.0 that's been repackaged as the Kinera Imperial Nanna, which is a little bit different than the original. Now, this might be somewhat of a controversial pick because the reviews on this have been a little more divided than the reviews on many of the other IEMs we're featuring in this video. Nanna reviews range from, this thing sounds good, but maybe not worth it, or this thing is basically a flagship IEM, tribrid, top-of-the-line design at $1,000 price point. I fall into that latter camp. To me, Nanna gives you all the best parts of the tribrid design: natural-sounding physical bass, strong mid-range detail, a non-fatiguing but well-extended treble, and delivers a near flagship sound with just a more relaxed overall feeling. One of the considerations here is, now it comes with a balance plug by default on the cable. It's a 60 ohm impedance IEM, which means you really need to give it a bit more power than your average IEM. I think that's also impacted some people's opinion of it. But if you're looking for a tribrid sound that I think really nails the best aspects, from good bass extension to a well-extended but also non-fatiguing treble, strong detail in the mids, and a great soundstage and imaging, I think Nanna really checks all those boxes in delivering top-end tribrid performance under $1,000. For something a bit less controversial, we have the Thieaudio Monarch Mark II. Now, this is an IEM that just totally nails what it's doing. It's a very accessible Harman sound signature, basically scientifically tested to be the sound signature preferred by most listeners, with a great execution and a hybrid design. Dynamic bass and balanced armatures for the mids and trebles, gives you wide sound stage, nice impact, depth, and texture to the bass, and good detail all around. There's a reason that this is listed as an S tier tuning by Critical and has gotten rave reviews on a lot of different sites. This is a $1,000 IEM that really gives you aspects of flagship performance, at this price, and again represents something that could be endgame for a lot of people listening to IEMs. No IEM at this price point, and few IEMs at all, have had the staying power of the Campfire Andromeda. Now, I've got the 2020 version here, but you can still get the classic version as well, which has some minor differences. But between the different minor revisions, the core sound remains the same. It's very sweet but detailed, non-fatiguing, engaging sound, credible delivery of vocals, very personal vocals, but also great soundstage and imaging along with that. And it just brings all these things together in an incredible experience that is, in a lot of ways, just the pinnacle of what you might be looking for in an IEM. Again, at $1,000, the Andromeda just gives you an incredible experience, period. Around when I was getting into the IEM game, flagship top of the line seemed more like a $1,500, $2,000 range with just a handful of models pushing out of that range. And now it seems like flagship means $3,000 minimum. But there's a lot of great IEMs in that range that maybe would have been a flagship a few years ago, or maybe are the best they are at what they do, and what they do isn't being a typical flagship IEM. So we're going to take a look at that sort of mid-range of IEMs that maybe could have been a flagship once upon a time. One of my favorite IEM configurations are 3 to 5 driver hybrids. Gives you this natural timbre, usually just a little bit of warmth, maybe a little bit of low-end emphasis, along with an otherwise detailed sound. And depending on how many balanced armature drivers you got in there, you do have the ability to get pretty technical with the performance, the imaging, and the other aspects of the sound as well. So Noble Jade is kind of the latest in that line from Noble Audio. It gives you a balanced, neutral sound, just a little bit warm of neutral, but again, very natural timbre to it, and just all around, as somebody who's spent a lot of time around music in my life, live music, listening to music and everything else, Jade just feels right. While I was thinking about the Jade, I felt the need to also talk about Pathfinder, because these are both in a similar boat in deriving some aspects of the tuning or their DNA from the Campfire Audio Solaris. Jade gives you a bit more of a warmer take on a Campfire Solaris-like tuning, while Pathfinder gives you a more detailed, a more technical take on that same style of tuning. So I think these two are worth mentioning together, where if you like that hybrid sound, both of these kind of give you opposite ends of that in just absolutely amazing IEMs. If you need the maximum resolution, detail, the best imaging, the most immersive feeling soundstage you can get without hitting $2,000, V16 Divinity absolutely nails it. It's a 16 driver, all balanced armature IEM, and it just excels at giving you this incredible technical performance. And honestly, I couldn't believe the price was $14.99 when I first heard it. This is absolutely a IEM that pushes the boundaries for the price and delivers a flagship level sound in a design that feels like it could be hundreds more in this amazing and beautiful IEM. Now, some of you might be sitting there saying natural, neutral, detail. Okay, like I just want something that's gonna blow my brains out with bass. And that's where 64 Audio Neo comes in. Now, there's lots of headphones and IEMs out there that deliver insane amounts of low end. What sets Neo apart for me is the detail and articulation you get along with that incredible brain compressing, exploding, whatever else, low end. The bass itself is prominent and powerful, but also articulate and strongly textured, giving you a really unique mix of fun and detail. So you have one dynamic driver in the bass that's giving you the rumble, the depth, impact, and then 8 balanced armature drivers, which are taking care of everything else. 64 Audio loves cramming as many drivers in there as they can. Neo is almost, in a way, it's the thinking man's bass head IEM. And that really sets it apart here as something really special and unique. And it's a great all-around IEM for anybody who wants that extra bass presence without losing the detail, the soundstage, and everything else that goes along with a great IEM. So if you don't even want to consider the possibility of a $3,000 or $4,000 IEM, you could stop here and you've got a lot of great options. But if you want to see how this all turns out, be sure to like, subscribe, and keep an eye on our channel for when we come back with part 2, Absolute Pinnacle Audio.